The only thing more terrifying than an extraterrestrial threat from beyond outer space is an alien species so ancient that its origins predate our solar system and even our galaxy. In today's video, we'll be digging through sci-fi, cosmic horror, and fantasy stories to find the 20 oldest extraterrestrial races in fiction. A quick rule before we begin though, none of these species can be gods or divine beings in their universe, as that defeats the purpose of naming the oldest. Starting off our countdown at number 20, we have the Old Ones from Warhammer 40k. Believed to have appeared over 100 million years ago, these ancient reptilian beings were surprisingly benevolent and peaceful, and ruled the galaxy for tens of millions of years. The Old Ones shaped evolution itself, creating humanity's ancestors on Earth, and uplifting primitive species into physically gifted warriors. The Old Ones battled against the star-draining Catan and their Necron servants during the catastrophic War in Heaven, a feud which led to their extinction. At number 19, we have the Ancients from the Stargate franchise, also known as the Alterans. Their existence predates humanity by over 500 million years. The Alterans left their home planet of Celestis 100 million years ago due to a civil conflict, and eventually settled in the Milky Way. These advanced humanoids became the seeders of our galaxy, building the vast Stargate network that connects thousands of worlds. The Ancients' scientific knowledge was so advanced it appeared magical, and they were the first species to discover intergalactic hyperdrive technology. For number 18, let's move on to the Mass Effect franchise, where the apex predators of the ancient galaxy, the Leviathans, evolved 1 billion years ago. Despite being unable to leave their aquatic habitats, this species used its incredible powers of mental domination to control other terrestrial species. These subjects, also known as thralls, worshipped the Leviathans as gods, but their inability to directly control synthetic life forms led to the creation of the Reapers. This species hunts down the Leviathans, and the few survivors are forced to silently observe the universe from the depths of the ocean, as they hide from the Reapers. The Elder Things take number 17 on our list, and come from the world of H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. This was the first extraterrestrial species to land on Earth, and colonize the planet over 1 billion years ago, establishing its first complex civilization. The Elder Things are extremely durable and long-lived, being able to survive the pressure of the deepest oceans and the vacuum of space. These creatures have been described as being barrel-shaped and star-headed, and as colonizers of the early Earth, they fought wars against other cosmic entities, including the spawn of Cthulhu. No list of extraterrestrials would be complete without a Star Wars reference, so for number 16, we have the Celestials of the Star Wars Expanded Universe. These aliens emerged about 1.5 billion years before present day, and were cosmic architects who shaped the very structure of the galaxy. They were not just Force-sensitive beings, but existed within the Force itself, and represented the light, dark, and balance within the Force. These aliens were capable of constructions on a cosmic scale, and created the Center Point Station and the Maw to contain the dark side entity known as Abeloth. At number 15, we have the Shadows from the Babylon 5 franchise. Among the first ones in Babylon 5's universe, the Shadows were first noticed nearly 2 billion years ago, and have promoted chaos and conflict ever since. This species believes that growth comes only through struggle, and serves as evolutionary catalysts, manipulating younger races through war and strife. Their philosophy directly opposes that of the Vorlons, leading to a cyclical conflict that shapes galactic evolution. Number 14 brings us to the precursors of the Halo universe. This species is believed to have evolved over 2 billion years ago, with their existence preceding even the Forerunners. This was a highly intelligent species, and they seeded the Milky Way with life, while holding the mantle of responsibility. The philosophy of protecting all life in the galaxy. The precursors' own creations, the Forerunners, eventually rebelled against them and drove them to near extinction, after discovering that the precursors planned to hand the mantle to humanity instead of the Forerunners. For number 13, let's travel to the world of StarCraft, where we have the Xel'Naga. Emerging from the void over 3 billion years ago, the Xel'Naga are ancient wanderers who have shaped evolution across the galaxy for billions of years. These cosmic entities are multiversal beings, seeding life across new universes, and being so powerful that they affect the way time is perceived in those worlds. The Xel'Naga guided the evolution of both the Protoss and the Zerg, hoping these races would eventually merge to create a new Xel'Naga. We're getting into really ancient territory now, because at number 12, we have the Engineers from the Alien franchise, also known as the Pilots or Space Jockeys. This species has been seeding life throughout the galaxy for approximately 3.5 billion years. These pale humanoid giants are master bioengineers, creators of both life-giving substances and terrifying bioweapons like the Xenomorphs. Despite creating humanity in their own image, their motivations remain largely mysterious, but their technology demonstrates a perfect fusion of biological and mechanical systems. Number 11 brings us to one of the better-known entries on this list, the Transformers. Born from the cosmic conflict between twin gods, the Transformers have waged their eternal war for nearly 4 billion years. Primus, the creator god representing order, became the planet Cybertron itself, while his brother Unicron embodies chaos and destruction introduction as the Planet Eater. These mechanical beings possess the unique ability to transform their bodies into vehicles, weapons, and other forms, with the Autobots and Decepticons representing the fundamental duality of creation and destruction. At number 10, we have the Q from Star Trek. The Q exist as the Q Continuum, a collective of godlike beings who have evolved beyond physical limitations over at least 4 billion years. These near-omnipotent entities can manipulate reality at will, travel through time, and alter the fundamental laws of physics with mere thoughts. Despite their immense power, the Q are not infallible, experiencing their own civil war and facing the existential question of whether their immortal existence has meaning. Barely edging out the Q, we have the progenitors from Star Trek at number 9. Evolving about 4.5 billion years ago when the galaxy was young and barren of humanoid life, the progenitors were the first sentient life form. They were also the first humanoid species in the Milky Way galaxy and seeded countless worlds with their genetic template. This ancient race is responsible for the remarkable similarity between humans, Vulcans, Klingons, Cardassians, and many other species throughout the Star Trek galaxy. The progenitors encoded a message in the DNA of their scattered children, requiring representatives from multiple species to work together to unlock their legacy. Their final message was one of hope, that the scattered races of the galaxy might find common ground in their shared heritage. Coming in at number 8, we have the first ancestral race from Neon Genesis Evangelion. This species emerged over 4.6 billion years ago, but as they faced extinction, the first ancestral race developed technology to ensure their legacy would survive. They dispatched seeds of life to create new life forms on distant worlds, accompanied by spears of Longinus that could control them. Earth received both Adam and Lilith, though only one was meant to take root on each world, leading to the confusion and conflict of the Evangelion storyline. At number 7, we have a species older than the Earth itself, the Ancients from the X universe. These aliens existed about 5 billion years before the birth of all modern galactic civilizations, and created the vast jump gate network that connects star systems. About 1 billion years before the evolution of the first humans, the Ancients gave up their ties to the physical universe to live in a virtual environment in an event known as the Ascendance. Moving on to number 6, we have the Vorlons from the Babylon 5 universe. The Vorlons are among a set of species known as the First Ones, which were discovered by Lorien's race approximately 7 billion years ago. These beings inhabit encounter suits when dealing with younger races, never revealing their true form and translating their language into a more common dialect. As the antithesis of the Shadows, Vorlons believe in guided evolution through discipline and order. Coming in at number 5, we have the Guardians of the Universe from DC Comics. These blue-skinned immortals evolved on the planet Maltus 10 billion years ago. Originally known as the Malthusians, they split into multiple factions, with the Guardians choosing to impose order throughout the universe through willpower. These emotionally suppressed beings created the Green Lantern Corps, harnessing the green light of will to enforce their vision of cosmic order. Number 4 on our list is the Zeeli from Stephen Baxter's The Zeeli Sequence. These beings are the most technologically advanced of all baryonic life forms, and have used time travel to engineer their own evolution dating back over 13.5 billion years. The Zeeli construct megastructures on a gigantic scale, with the most impressive being the Ring, a cosmic portal designed to escape the universe itself. They're locked in an eternal war with the Photino birds, dark matter entities that are slowly killing stars throughout the universe. At number 3, we have the Time Lords of Gallifrey from Doctor Who. As they evolve from ancestors that existed before the current universe began, this sets the age of the Time Lord civilization at over 13.8 billion years old. These beings from Gallifrey invented time travel technology, and originally swore an oath to not interfere in the universe, though many Time Lords like the Doctor choose to become renegades, who actively participated in universal events. Number 2 on our list is none other than the Watchers from the Marvel franchise. This species evolved on the planet Lumina and observed the universe for trillions of years. Originally, the Watchers attempted to help younger civilizations by sharing advanced technology, but their intervention led to a catastrophic war that taught them the dangers of interference. Now they simply observe and record all significant events across the multiverse. But Uatu, the Watcher assigned to Earth, frequently breaks his vow of non-interference to help humanity in times of crisis. And at number 1, we have the only extraterrestrials in the Marvel Universe older than the Watchers, the Celestials. These cosmological entities were born from the first firmament, and rebelled against their creator to shatter their universe into the first multiverse. Known as the Space Gods on Earth, the Celestials experiment on countless species and judge whether a planet is worthy of continued existence. Their abilities include vast matter and energy manipulation, genetic engineering on a planetary scale, and the power to create or destroy entire worlds. The Celestials represent power on such a vast scale that even cosmic entities like Galactus treat them with respect. So which of these species was the most intimidating? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you liked this video, you can check out this other cool video that's appearing on your screen. Click on it to see. Go ahead, click it.